Hello and welcome back to somebody on the Football Zone and to a weekend preview previewing the Premier League fixtures this weekend, but starting off with a review of the Champions League action that we've seen. Man City 3, Feyenoord 3, an incredible collapse from Man City from 3-0 up, and really is highlighting the ongoing crisis, and it just seems to be having the most unfortunate luck at the moment, everything going against them. Villa played out a 0-0 draw with Juventus, a result that I think they'll be really pleased with, credit to them. That's a great result. Arsenal 5-1 at Sporting are no bugs, so that just shows what a great result that is for them. But Liverpool stealing around 2-0 against Real Madrid, unbelievable. Beat the team full of Galacticos so easily, it seemed like. You'd have to say that was a hugely impressive performance from them. Chelsea comfortably beat FC Astana, and then in the Europa League, two struggling teams in the Premier League, Manchester United and Tottenham, but Manchester United picking up a pretty easy win over Bodo Glimt, definitely a result you'd expect. For Tottenham, it was a pretty similar story to a 2-2 draw against Roma, a tough game, but probably a game that you probably expect to result in a draw. But moving on into the weekend preview, Brighton against Southampton at the Amex, and you'd have to say with Southampton's struggles recently, this is a game that you definitely be expecting Brighton to win. Brighton just need to put on a decent run of form under Hursley, something that I think they've had a pretty decent start to the season, and they're just looking to build on that really against the Southampton side that's really struggling. I'm going to say 2-0 to Brighton and Hove Albion. Moving on then to Wolves against Bournemouth, and obviously the start to the season has been less than ideal for Gary O'Neill and the Wolves, and it's definitely led to a bit of pressure ramping up on the Wolves manager. Bournemouth, I think at the moment they're a really good team under Iraola, I think it's again they'll definitely be feeling optimistic in positive of their chances of getting a result. So I'm going to say 2-1 to Bournemouth. Moving on then to Forest against Ipswich at the City Ground, and Forest, as we know, have had a really good start to the season. Ipswich, they've had a decent start to the season, but I think considering the expectations, they haven't been bottom by a mile, which is what some people expected. So in that respect, they've had a decent start to the season, but at the same time, there still is a lot more work to do if they want to survive. But obviously, Forest, the way they start the season, it's going to be a tough one, but I think, Forest will just have enough to edge them out. I'm going to say 2-1. Move on then to Palace against Newcastle at Selhurst Park, and this is interesting. Palace, obviously got a slow start. You feel like things may slowly be picking up for them. Newcastle kind of blow a bit of hot and cold, don't they? So it's going to be an interesting game, this one. So I'm going to say it could be a game which goes either way, and I'm going to say it will end up being a 2-1 win to Newcastle. I just think that added extra bit of quality could be crucial. But moving on into Brentford against Leicester, at the Bridge G-Tech Community Stadium, and Brentford are an interesting one. They've had a pretty decent start to the season. I think classic Brentford that we've seen have hot and cold matches, but at the same time they always seem to be mid-table. Leicester, got rid of Steve Cooper. For me, that was harsh. I thought he was doing fine with the kind of squad that he had available to him. Ruud van Nistelrooy, I'm not convinced if he's going to be a great long-time manager, but we'll have to see. But I think Brentford will have enough to beat Leicester. I'm going to say it'll be 2-1. Moving on into West Ham against Arsenal at the London Stadium, and it hasn't been a great start for Julian Lopetegui, has it? West Ham, it just hasn't really clicked for them. But Arsenal, they're dropping points in too many games. When they're on it, they look like a really good side. But I think, unfortunately, it's just not quite happening enough for Mikel Arteta and his men at this time. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. But I'm going to say it will be a win for Arsenal here. I don't have too much. Moving on then to Tottenham against Fulham at White Hart Lane, and this is another interesting game. Tottenham coming into this one, probably expecting to win this game, if you know what I mean, against the Fulham side, who are a decent side, but I think away from home, a Big Six team, they'd have to play really well to get the win. I think Tottenham do have probably slightly more quality than them over the pitch, so I'm going to say it'd be a 2-0 win for Tottenham. Moving on into Manchester United against Everton at Old Trafford, and Manchester United coming into this one, Ruben Amorim's the new manager. For me, a decent appointment, and it'd be interesting to see how he can really hit the ground running. Personally, I'm not not totally sure he can have an immediate impact. I just think Manchester United is so broken from head to toe at the minute. It just kind of feels like that way anyway. And it's going to take a lot for him to really get going. So yeah, it'd be intriguing to see how it goes. But I just think in this one, Everton, I'm not convinced they're a great side. So I think they may have enough in this one 2-0. Moving on then to Chelsea against Aston Villa at at Stamford Bridge. And yeah, this is definitely an interesting game because Villa were in the Champions League last season. Chelsea have come a long way, but I think this will be a really interesting one to see how far they've really come, if you know what I mean. So yeah, taking on a Villa side who seems to be affected by the playing Europe every week, which may be disrupting their form. So I feel like Chelsea at home can definitely be optimistic over a result. Moving on into the big game of the weekend, Liverpool against Man City. Obviously, we thought this could be a massive game in the race to the title. It may not even be that anymore, with Man City really struggling for form. So yeah, they really need a result here. But the way Liverpool are playing at the moment, absolutely flying. It's wondering, if they can really steal a march on Man City in the title race, and you feel like this is a perfect opportunity to do this. But at the same time, Liverpool, Man City really needs to turn it around. So yeah, at the moment I just think Liverpool are ahead of them, so I'm going to say it'll be a Liverpool win.
Guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily football news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.